Hello and welcome. You are listening to The Hello You Show. I'm your host, Jessica Rice, and the founder of Jessica Rice Coaching. This show is for ambitious and visionary-minded women leaders and entrepreneurs ready to uplevel their impact and establish their personal brand and unique voice. It's time, ladies, to make our voices heard. Say hello again to the real you. Hello and welcome back to the Hello You Show. My name is Jessica Rice, and I am so excited to share with you today our special guest, Kristen Elizabeth, who is here to talk with us about helping women on their health journey to feel more aligned and vibrant in their bodies. And just to share a little bit about Kristen before we get started, she is the owner and founder of Queens of Iron. Her mission is to help women create a fit, fierce, and feminine physique so that they can feel good from the inside out. Kristen has trained over 1,000 women for the past 13 plus years in strength MBA for international business and holds numerous certifications, including National Strength and Conditioning Association for personal training, Clean Health Fitness Institute for nutrition, multiple physique shaping certifications, and Kinetic Integrations for corrective exercise. Kristen continues to learn and find ways to help women discover their healthiest and strongest versions of themselves. And I am just so excited to have her on the show. I know that this is something that we as women all want to experience and know more about. So thank you so much for coming and joining us today, Kristen. I appreciate you being here. If you wouldn't mind, would you just share with us a little bit about your background, how you came into this kind of world of coaching and what drives you forward?
Oh, absolutely. So growing up, I was always an athlete, dance, cheerleading, gymnastics, sports like that. And I never really had to learn about my nutrition because the sports naturally took care of it. Well, entering beginning years of college and stopping all sports, I suddenly had no idea how to take care of my body and I was gaining weight. What is happening here? What is this? And long story short, I went on a blind date with a man who later became my husband. And he said, "Do you work out? Because that's really important to me." And I did not. I said, yeah, I do actually. Okay. Just kind of attitude. So the next day, I literally went to the gym for the first time in my adult life. And I'm just like on the elliptical. I'm like, okay, maybe this is it. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do. He ended up teaching me how to weightlift, and literally just 4 months later, I became a personal trainer, and that is like the rest is history basically from there. But really what happened was I learned how to build a body I was super proud of. I learned how to build a body that my clothes fit amazing in, right? And this coming from the woman that I didn't really want to go out with my friends very much because my belly was hanging over. I still went, but I was uncomfortable with it. And I thought about it all the time, the entire event. It was really horrible, right? But then when I learned weightlifting, oh my gosh, it was like this new personality was able to come out because I looked as good on the outside as I felt on the inside. Then I really learned about tracking macros, which, ladies, if you're not familiar with that, it's protein, carbs, and fat. It's basically whole food. It gives you so much control, not only over what your body can do, your body composition, right? Losing fat, gaining muscle so you feel better in your skin, but it also allows you to create balance in your life, going out to eat, having ladies' night, taking clients out, right? Entertaining, things like that. So once I really found this pair, my entire life truly, I would say, flipped right side up. And I think it was in 2011. I remember looking in the mirror in my exercise clothes and I said, every woman needs to know how to do this. And I've always had that mission ever since, and it only grows stronger because women don't realize like how much that's actually bogging them down. And if you do, my heart goes out to you, first of all, but it's also your personality. It's kind of taking down because you don't feel as confident, right? Outside or from the inside out. So I'm really here just so dedicated to helping women create truly the body of their dreams. Like that is not fluffy words. Literally, you can achieve it. It's just having the right plan. And then also here to teach women, here's how to eat healthy for your life, but in a way that still allows balance in the ways like I was sharing before. So have your cake and eat it too is a very real statement.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And I think that so many of us can relate to that experience and still have questions too about how do we move forward with our own health journey because there's so much different information out there and it's just so confusing. Do you have any ideas of how do we start to distill down what's a what's a good way for us to start considering how we connect on a deeper level even with our own bodies because I know there's a lot of mental and emotional feelings around the way that we look at ourselves.
Absolutely. So, if I understand your question correctly, it's helping decipher the information, but then also strategy around viewing yourself differently in the healthier light. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Just want to make sure I'm fully answering. So, in terms of deciphering the information, I love, Jessica, that you brought this up because there's so much information and everything says different. Here's the thing, there is a lot of science in training and nutrition naturally. Find someone who's really following like peer reviewed research in the last 3 to 5 years. If they don't talk about research, maybe not the best person to follow, but that's not a hard and fast rule. The other thing is identify who they're talking to. As business owners and entrepreneurs, you have a clear person that you love to serve, that you can serve to the highest degree, right? So, who is their person? Who are they talking to? For me, we help high functioning and high achieving female professionals, right? Entrepreneurs and business owners. You're driven, you get it done. We can align with you best because we are you, right? So, find who the audience is to make sure that your problems, right? Just not fifth grade are actually being solved, not someone else's, right? So find the person that you align with who really speaks to the outcome and is not just giving just random general information. Now, I love the question that Jessica asked about really how do you kind of view yourself different and look at yourself different, and this is a very real thing that happens even throughout the program that women don't anticipate experiencing, and I think a lot of you definitely experienced it in your business as well. When you're reaching heights and you're becoming more and more successful, it's like you've chosen to step into that woman and then your business was more successful. You chose to step into the scale and then your business scaled, right? You had to step in the identity of the and into the belief of I can scale this. I am the woman for this job. I can create success at this next level. It's actually the same in your body. If you have, like, if I came over to you and I said, all right, I got this wand. Tell me what you want. Tell me exactly what you want. Tell me how you want to look and feel. Tell me how you want your lifestyle to be. Let's go at it. This is obviously talking to the woman who wants to eat healthy, not the woman who says, I want to be fit and eat junk food. I imagine that's not you, but let's be really clear. But the woman who really wants healthy habits, and I said, tell me how you want to look and feel in your body. I'll weigh this and then you can have it. You're going to sit there and create the vision of what that is, right? Do that and then choose to step into her. And then when you're moving throughout your day, if you're about to go grab all these cookies, ask yourself, would she actually be grabbing these cookies or would she realize that actually blueberries and cottage cheese will give me way more creativity to go fulfill this project I'm about to do? Oh, but I want to feel that comfort. No worries. Skinny dip chocolate almonds can actually make me feel that comfort too. Awesome. So it's choosing to step into that healthier, more fit, more dream version of yourself. And then actions come from the belief of already being her. Now it's just practicing being her. Don't feel like you're having to chase after goals. Will I ever reach it? That's a hard mindset to be in, right? Choose you're already her. Now your actions just get to reveal, oh yeah, now I look like her too. But sounds so was really
Mhm. No, thank you for addressing that because I think those are two really key distinctions and I know when we're so busy I'm guilty of that too, where it's like you just find the fastest thing, or for me with kids, being around, it's so easy just to fall into the trap because you're just, it's there, they're there. You're not really thinking in those terms and you're kind of shutting yourself off. So I'm curious, what do you feel like are some of the biggest challenges that women come to you when they're starting out that they have, that they struggle with in terms of going down this journey or this path that have to be overcome?
That's a beautiful question. Yeah, definitely the all or nothing approach is one of them. Feeling like you have to be perfect. And I also have a young child, and loads of our clients have children. And obviously, having kid food around, um, it's inevitable. You're going to eat the kid food naturally. And so the all or nothing approach is a major mindset we have to overcome because they feel like I have to be perfect or I'm never going to achieve what I want. And that's really not true at all because focusing on habits will help you achieve what you're wanting, right? And so instead of focusing on the results, what you see, how you feel in that moment, instead say, okay, what habits have I ticked the box on today? And then celebrate the wins of those healthy habits slowly compounding over time. That makes the sustainable forever change and transformation, right? Another one that's really big for ladies, they come to us, they struggle with overeating on the weekend because they want to have the balance in life, but they don't understand how to have balance within the parameters of their macros. And the solution I'm about to share is actually the same solution to what Jessica said about, gosh, sometimes I'm so busy as a mom and a business owner, I just need to grab something quick. And actually, for that one, it's just putting healthy items as the quick items readily accessible, right? So it's finding a plan that works for you, foods you'll actually want to grab, foods that make sense for you and your kids in the car, right? So it's really identifying, okay, what are your taste preferences? What is your schedule like? What systems need to be in place, right? So in those moments, you don't have to grab for chicken, broccoli, rice, right? It's really just making sure, oh, grab a Clio bar because there's chocolate and it's super yummy, but there's also Greek yogurt in there for more protein, right? So it's having these nice grab and go options can make a tremendous difference. And it's still really easy on your life. For the weekend, we talk a lot about like pre-planning our macros. And what that means is just identifying, not rigidly, but just identifying, okay, here's kind of what I plan to eat for today. Let me make sure that it's in compliance, right? Like hitting my nutrition goal. Then if you get to that meal, you're like, I don't want to eat that. Actually, we're going out to eat. Delete what you had, but at least you have space for calories, right? And this is really similar to tracking your finances. It's just helping you create a lot of awareness and helping you learn how to create healthier habits. I probably go out to eat 3 to 5 times per week, ladies. Like, I like going out to eat. I also like having abs and feeling amazing in my skin. Can I eat whatever I want eating out? No, you learn to really enjoy healthier habits. So it doesn't feel like you're giving anything up because over time, you've just been making minor tweaks. I'm going to get the same dish, but actually, this time I'm going to get dressing on the side. I'm going to get the same dish, but actually, this time I'm going to get a side of vegetables instead of potatoes, right? For example, it's teeny tiny shifts. So you're still really enjoying your lifestyle, but they're making a huge difference and making it easier to stay fit, stay really healthy in your body, and feel really good. One more, I don't want to overtalk, but one more that I really want to bring up. So many issues are nutrition, but this really it's it's vital to share. So one of the issues, if you're already working out, you're not where you want to be. It may be your workout program. General fitness is awesome, right? You get fit. But to create like that fit, feminine physique that you're like, oh, yeah, I feel confident and empowered, that takes something called physique shaping, which means tell me what you want to look like. Let me make it happen with muscle mass, right? So make sure if you're spending time in the gym, focus on physique shaping. Of course, you can come, with me, I'll teach you, or just find someone that you align with that actually teaches that because it will be so much more valuable for the time you're putting in because the outcome will be tremendously better. You'll love it. Otherwise, you'll say, I got to my goal and I don't like what my body looks like. And really sucks. So let's avoid free.
Oh my God, I love those tips. That's so perfect. I think you're touching on so many things that come up for us when we're even on this journey and why we even sometimes get frustrated when we're already starting to try to work out or even those little considerations that we're not making. Because I think even this idea of like, the cheat day versus just how am I like wanting to incorporate this in my life, in my lifestyle, so that I'm looking at it from a positive angle instead of from a negative angle.
Exactly right. Yeah. I was just gonna say the cheat days too create like a binge restriction cycle. I'm like, that is not wise. Let's just learn how to work it into our life, just like you said.
And I think that's such an important thing because we don't really think about it. And I think the rest of the, things that we see out there are perpetuating this dialogue that happens inside of our brain. So then we have this unhealthy relationship to food and working out and all of the things that come into play. So in those types of scenarios, what do you think would be kind of the first step or maybe the easiest thing that women can consider when they're just starting to reshape their thinking around being healthy, being fit?
Absolutely. Great question. The first thing I would say is you don't have to be on a diet forever. There is light at the end of the tunnel, meaning you can actually achieve the body and the health and the lifestyle that you're wanting and not have to track your food forever. So, in terms of like logistically get started, I would download my Fitness Pal. It's a free or it is a free app, but seriously get the premium. It's $80 per year. It's so nice because you can see your macros per meal, which is really important because even if you're eating within your parameters, but you're eating like massive meals at night, you can still gain fat. So seeing your like nutrition per meal is really going to help you know what kind of portion sizes should I be eating, right? So your energy can go up. You can more easily lose fat. You just have more awareness of what you're giving your body. You'll have more awareness of how much vegetables you're actually eating, which is probably not enough, how much protein you're eating, things like that. So download my Fitness Pal. I highly recommend get the year, the premium, and just start creating awareness around your nutrition. Um, Jessica, is it okay if I share my Facebook group?
Yeah, actually, my next question was going to be how people can work with and connect with you.
Yeah, and I was gonna say too, especially for the weightlifting side, I think that really instead of me just kind of sharing, because it's a pretty massive beast to tackle, we have a free Facebook group. It's called Macro Tracking and Weightlifting for Women with an and sign. Macro Tracking and Weightlifting for Women. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of free resources. We do master classes once a month, completely free because we really want to teach women how to master their body, master their health. We have a free macro calculator, so we'll calculate your macros for you. We're very, very engaged in our group. We've had probably thousands of women say that they've got to their goal just from the free calculator. So it's really powerful. We'd love to share that with you. And we can definitely educate you so much on balance in your lifestyle and in weightlifting to really shape the beautiful physique that you really can have. If you don't believe it, leave today believing you really can have it. It's just having the plan specifically built for you and your needs.
That's awesome. And I think that I love the fact that you have so many tools and resources available for women to be able to utilize and make it easy for them, because I think that's the biggest thing, especially when we're busy. We're already so overwhelmed and we just don't know where to start sometimes. And it feels like the things that we learned maybe when we were in high school or college, it just isn't applicable as we start to age and get older.
So
And yeah, I mean, do you feel like there are any considerations for women to make too as they're aging and thinking about things differently? Because I know our metabolism starts to shift and change. I mean, it's really, to me, it's always been a little bit like confusing because you're not in the same body that you were when you're younger, where everything was just a lot easier. It's quite simply.
totally. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. So we do work with a lot of menopause clients, and every single one of them, every single woman we've talked to about menopause says the exact same thing. what used to work for me no longer does anymore. And they feel frustrated because there's this belly fat that has suddenly appeared and everything else is okay, but suddenly there's this belly fat and they don't know how to get rid of it. I am so serious when I say truly just having the right macros for you will get that off. If you feel like you've tried everything and it's not coming off, I promise you, having the right macros really will get it off. The right macros means what's supporting your body, vitamins, minerals, enough fat for hormone regulation, enough carbohydrate for energy and to build muscle, enough protein to keep your muscle, right? Things like that. Having the right macros will help you flourish no matter what state you are in life because they're so 100% specific to one woman that they will literally solve that for you, which is really beautiful. The other thing too is, and I don't want to go too deep because I know this, especially if you've never heard of this, it might be a lot of information, but I just want to share with you that when used correctly, you can actually teach your metabolism to be faster and more healthy. We do this for women. We get them to their goal weight so they feel great. And then we teach their body how to eat way more food and still be able to shed fat. So they have even more energy. They can build muscle mass even more easily. And they can stop tracking macros and easily maintain their results because their metabolism is super strong now and their body is super resilient and healthy that they can just naturally eat more in life and they stay super. It's a dream. It's possible.
I know. What is this magic that you're talking about?
It's just having dialed in laser specific macros while learning the lifestyle tools. It's all about those habits, right? Like creating the structure while you get all the results with the.
It does sound like a dream, and I think especially for us when we've just kind of thrown it all or maybe we've just been too busy, and I know that, a lot of us, we have a sedentary lifestyle, so just really even trying to figure out how we get back into it because we don't have the same energy levels starting out as we did maybe when we were younger, and it just everything did feel easier, but it sounds like everything you're talking about is very doable and that you have these incremental steps that make it possible for women to start getting back into it easily and in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming. Which I know for me, like that's the biggest thing for me sometimes is like, oh my God, I see a program and I'm like, oh, or they overpromise and underdeliver, right? So we have those problems too.
Yeah, that is horrible. Actually, side note, I have a love it or leave it guarantee because of programs like that. I'm like, you come in with our trainers for 30 days, get your results, and I will totally release you if you're like, I'm not it. We've never had someone do that because we know who we work with. We know what we can actually do. Come see it. So yeah, I feel that. I'm sorry. I think too with the overwhelm, what's so important for women to know, and just like a business coach, we the, women need help in the application. It's not just here's your plan. That's when transformation lifestyle doesn't change. The trainer says, here's your plan, nutrition, go work out. See you next week during check-in. It's like they don't know how to eat that day. If they don't know what to do when their husband eats all their planned food or their kid is causing stress levels so high. So we really walk day by day, week by week with each client to take all the work off their plate, right? So they can just
Mm,
show up, do their exercise, log their food, and they know they're on the path to success. They just need to walk it out each day.
I love that. That sounds very doable for me. So I'm curious, how do you brought up your Facebook group. I know you have a Facebook group. How can people work with you? What do they do?
Yeah, so we have an application process. You can go to queensofiron.com/apply. And what we do here is we just learn about your goals, what's important to you, what you've currently been experiencing, why you want to accomplish your goals, like really just kind of understanding you as a woman to make sure are you are we the best fit for you? Excuse me. Because the reason our clients get such great results is because we are extremely dialed in with who we work with, right? To make sure to serve you to the highest degree, definitely. So you can fill out the application. From there, we'll contact you and say, hey, I've received your application. Let's chat a little bit more. Or do you want to jump on a call or something like that? But basically, we're just going to be in deep communication with you to make sure that we fully understand what you're wanting, what you're needing, making sure that we really believe we can serve you. And then I usually send a video response walking through the application with you, explaining the program, sharing, exactly what we'll do, things like that. And then we'll go from there. Right? Any questions you have, we can chat through it. But again, if you're the person that wants more of the face to face right away, we're gonna meet you where you're at. And same with our program, right? It's definitely not a cookie cutter program. Like we really come mold and shape around each woman because your lifestyle is so unique. Your plan should be too. That's what creates the lifelong sustainable change. Is like I said, when it's 100%, it's really built for you, your circumstances. All so we'll definitely do.
Awesome. Well, we'll put everything within the show notes in relation to how you can get in contact with Kristen and Queens of Iron and start this journey for yourself. And so I've loved talking with you. And I'm just curious, what is one final message that you would love to share with women today in regards to their health, their fitness, and the journey that they're embarking on?
Prioritize weightlifting over cardio always. You can get all the fat off through nutrition. You should spend the time building and shaping your body, right, through weightlifting. Don't waste time trying to burn calories through exercise. Learn your nutrition. And remember, you don't have to be restricted. It's about learning how to work in play foods, work in lifestyle balance, and allow for imperfections. Type A'ers out there. Release the white knuckle grip. Have grace for yourself and recognize that you're building habits. It's not an overnight thing, just like we're building our business, right? One block at a time.
Such a good reminder for all of us who really do look for those results right away and recognizing that it's a path, it's a journey that we're on, and we're really making huge shifts for ourselves and our lives and our futures that makes us sustainable for us to continue to be successful at the same time. So such a beautiful reminder for all of us. Thank you so much for coming onto the show today. I'm so appreciative of you taking the time and just sharing it with us, all of the wisdom that you have and how we can start thinking about our lives differently and our health differently.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I'm so grateful. And this is such a beautiful podcast. I'm so grateful to be here with you and your audience. So, really, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well, we will put everything into the show notes. Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure that you reach out to Kristen at Queens of Iron. You can find her on Instagram or on her website. And please stay tuned with us next week as we have more amazing guests and topics that we will be covering. Thank you so much for joining us.